What is up, guys? Hassan Malik back here. And now that we got official images of the summer wave of sets, I thought it'd be a good time to take a look back at all the battle packs that LEGO has made and count down what I think the best ones are. Real quick before we continue, I just want to let you guys know the giveaway for $130 worth of any combination of sets on the LEGO store is still going on. So make sure to head over to that video or click on the card above, leave a comment on that video and subscribe to automatically be entered. Okay, back to the video. Now, this was originally going to be a top 10, but since LEGO has made so many awesome battle packs over the years, we're going to be making this a top 20 video. There are a couple sets in this list that aren't technically battle packs, but I'll let you know when they come up. So let's get into it with number 20 on our list, the Bounty Hunter Speeder Bike Battle Pack from 2017. Now, battle packs, in my opinion, are mainly for army building or amassing a large number of generic or unnamed troops. So this set is not good for that at all, which is why it's ranked so low. But the fact still remains, this set is pretty much a must-buy for a lot of Star Wars fans, especially if you really like bounty hunters, obviously. You get 4 named characters from the movies for a really good price, so even though it's not a great battle pack, it's still an awesome set. The build isn't that impressive, it's not that bad by any means, but just nothing special compared to other speeders we've seen before. Getting stud shooters instead of blasters does suck, but that's just what LEGO was doing during these years. Overall, not one of the best sets, but still a must-buy. At number 19, we have the Senate Commando Troopers from 2015. This set includes some great figures. I'm glad they went with the 3 identical commandos and 1 captain variant. The troops themselves aren't ones that I was super interested in. They were pretty cool in the Clone Wars, but we don't see them that much, so trying to build a large army of them isn't that interesting to me. Nonetheless, their armor and color looks really great, and these figures do a great job of portraying them and look awesome as well. The build in this one isn't great. I was never a big fan of the rotating stud shooters, so I think it could have been something better. But I do appreciate them adding some pieces to the Captain's stud shooter to make them slightly more tolerable. On to number 18 with the Galactic Empire Battle Pack from 2016. This set is actually based on the first Battlefront game, which I actually enjoyed quite a bit. The figures in this one are great. I love that they included the Shock Trooper variant, and that the 2 regular Stormtroopers have really great looking battle damage. I like getting battle damage on troopers, I actually prefer it to regular clean ones. I still would have liked to see 1 more regular Stormtrooper instead of the officer though. Unfortunately, the build in this one is pretty bad. The spring-loaded shooter is cool, but the whole thing is supposed to be a mini command post, I guess. I don't know, it just doesn't look good to me at all. Another great thing about this one is the jetpack pieces that are probably my favorite jetpack piece LEGO has made so far. Okay, at number 17 we have Clone Troopers vs Droidekas from 2013. First off, I just want to say LEGO needs to make way more Episode 2 sets. It's probably the most neglected movie. This was during the time they were making the battle packs with the 2 figures from each faction instead of 4 of the same one. I personally wasn't a big fan of this. I prefer getting battle packs with large numbers of 1 variant so we can army build with them a little easier. The Droidekas in the set aren't bad or anything, it's just it would have been way nicer to get 3 regular white Phase 2 clones and 1 Sergeant. Those Phase 2 clones look absolutely perfect though, and I really like that hint of gunmetal gray in the Sergeant's visor. The build isn't completely awful because it's actually something real in the Star Wars universe. We see it in Attack of the Clones, it's just in a much smaller scale here. And this was before stud shooters, so that's a bonus too. At number 16 we have the Shadow Troopers from 2015. A really cool thing about this is that it's not actually canon, it's just a really cool part of the old canon that LEGO decided to make. And I like when LEGO likes to reach out to more obscure parts of Star Wars like this. The Shadow Guards look fantastic, they look great in red, but I think I like them even more in this black color scheme with the red visor. Their lightsaber staff weapons look great as well. But my favorite thing about this set has got to be these Shadow Stormtroopers. Every other time we've gotten this Shadow Stormtrooper, they've been molded in black, which is more accurate. But this gunmetal gray molding just looks too nice. Accurate or not, these are easily my favorite Stormtroopers ever made. The build is nothing great to me. I'm not sure if it's actually trying to represent something from Legends, but as speeders go, it doesn't look that great. On to number 15 with the Elite Praetorian Guard Battle Pack from 2019. Now, your opinion on this set is going to depend entirely on the throne room scene from The Last Jedi. I know a lot of people really hated that I said Snoke's throne room was my favorite set from the sequels. I actually don't like Last Jedi much at all. I kind of seeing it as a turning point where the sequel trilogy started to get pretty bad. But I still really enjoyed that scene and many other scenes from the movie. So because I love that scene so much, being able to get more Praetorian Guards in a small set is really awesome. The figures themselves look great. I'm glad there's 2 different variants included. I still really wish we got another Praetorian Guard instead of that Stormtrooper though. This set also has an awesome build. I really like this dueling practice platform and that it has different weapons. Also, that training droid is a nice touch. It's almost like getting another figure. Overall, I really like this one, and it's one of the more unique battle packs. At number 14, we have the Rebel Scout Speeder from 2008. This is one of those classic battle packs with 4 identical troops, which were perfect for army building. We usually don't see this variant of Rebel troopers in small sets, so being able to get many at once is really dope. Now the figs themselves may not look too detailed, but for the time they looked really great, and they've aged pretty well to be honest. The build isn't that special I guess, but this is one of those nostalgic sets for me, so I still think it looks pretty cool. And I like that it's a troop transport as well. They also didn't have stud shooters at the time, so that's also a bonus. Overall, it's a great set that I'm sure a lot of you guys already own. On to number 13 with the Clone Troopers Battle Pack from 2007. And this is truly the OG Battle Pack. It's one of 2 original battle packs that were released that year and really set the standard for what this whole line of LEGO Star Wars sets is about. The figures look great. Usually I like getting 3 standard and 1 unique variant of Trooper, but in this case I appreciate them including a Starcrow Trooper as well as the Shock Trooper for such a low price. The other 2 clones are just standard clones as well. Now these clone troopers may look very bad to some of you with the open slits for the visors, but back when these came out, these were top tier clone troopers. I like the build as well, including 2 separate builds with the little turret and the speeder, although they aren't the most detailed things in the world. Also, it only retailed for $10, so this set was perfect for all the army builders out there. At number 12, we have the Republic Troopers vs Sith Troopers from 2013. Now, I'm not the biggest Old Republic guy, I didn't play the game that much, but I always love their cinematic trailers, and even though we only see them for a total of like 3 minutes, these Republic Troopers look very iconic, and their armor is some of my favorite in the Star Wars canon. Now, this is one of those sets that was doing the 2 fashion thing, so that's not great, but still the figures look awesome. I think it was really cool of them to include 2 different versions of the Sith Trooper to allow for some variety. And the only flaw I have with the Republic Troopers is that I would have preferred if they had orange arms instead of the white. Also, the helmet mold looks a little bit bubbly to me, but it's not a big deal, they still look great. The build is nothing special. As speeders go, I appreciate the more unique design instead of the standard bark speeder shape. I'm not sure if it's actually from the game or not, but I would have preferred it to be slightly bigger, it just feels a little small to me. Or if they included a second build, that would have been great too. Nonetheless, it's a cool set from an era we rarely see in LEGO form. On to number 11 with Battle on Saleucami from 2014. This set is technically not considered a battle pack, I guess, but to me it is one. I mean, it's a cheap $15 set with generic figures that's great for building armies. What more does a battle pack need to be? The clone trooper included in this set is one of my favorite clone troopers ever made. I've always had a soft spot for the clone assassin helmet design and the 91st Reconnaissance Corps led by Commander Neo, who actually has the exact same armor as his regular clones, so if you wanted, you could see this figure as Commander Neo, which is pretty great. The dark red with the white is also one of my favorite color combinations for clones too, but the best part about this set isn't even the clone trooper, it's the droids we get in the set. It's honestly more of a droid battle pack than a clone one, but droids don't get enough love when it comes to battle packs. I want LEGO to make more small sets with a bunch of droids and make it easier for us to build our droid armies. I really like the build in this set too. The bark speeder looks great, although the spring-loaded shooter does detract from the look a bit. Getting that droid speeder is great too though, and on top of those 2 vehicles, they included a great little environment build with some awesome vegetation using the more realistic shade of green and brown. Okay, we are now halfway through our list, so at our number 10 spot, we have the Rebel Alliance Battle Pack from 2016. This is the other Battlefront set that released alongside the Galactic Empire Battle Pack we looked at earlier. Just like that one, this one includes those awesome jetpack pieces, though they look even better in the gunmetal gray. My favorite part about this set is the amount of alien species included, as well as that awesome recolored A-Wing pilot helmet mold. I think LEGO needs to include alien species in Rebel battle packs more often, since there's so many awesome looking ones in the Star Wars universe. The figures all generally have these same prints across their torsos and legs, only they are mixed and matched between them to create more unique looks, which is great. The build is great as well. I like that they stuck with the brown pieces, which make it look way more like the regular speeders we see in the movies. As speeders go, it's definitely one of the better ones. At number 9, we have the Kashyyyk Troopers Battle Pack from 2014. The spot on the list was honestly going to be a toss-up between this set and the Geonosis Troopers set that came out a year later. But I just thought the Kashyyyk Troopers looked way more iconic, although they are both great battle packs and kind of tied for this number 9 spot. Looking at the actual figures in the set, the Kashyyyk Troopers with that newer head mold look awesome. I do think that the mold is a tad too tall though, with the visor being a little high up. Now, although we don't see them in the movie, the regular clone trooper with this green camo looks so awesome and are another one of my favorite clone troopers ever made. I especially like the choice of green for the visor, which really matches the same look that Commander Gree had on his helmet. I always thought the tan dark arms looked a little bit off, but that's just me nitpicking a little bit. As for the build, it's actually really good. It's supposed to be a swamp speeder, which we've seen in other sets before, and although it's small, I think it resembles the vehicle really well. So getting canonically accurate vehicles in a battle pack is always a bonus. On to number 8, we have the Rebel Trooper Battle Pack from 2017. This is one of those battle packs that isn't very flashy with amazing figures or vehicles, but just executes on what it needs to do very well. This is actually based on the troopers we see in Rogue One on Scarif, who are actually my favorite variation of Rebel Trooper we've seen on screen. I think their suits looked very militaristic and looked the most like modern combat uniforms than anything else in Star Wars, which I really liked. So the suits themselves aren't that flashy or special, but they just look great, and so do the figures. I love the variety and prints amongst the figures. It makes buying multiple of these sets even more worth it, since you can mix and match parts to get a less repetitive looking Rebel army going. The builds are also good too. The speeder is definitely on the small side, but that turret build looks really good to me. Okay, at number 7, we have the Imperial Dropship 20th Anniversary Edition from 2019. This set is actually a remake of the Imperial Dropship Battle Pack from 2008, which is also another amazing set. Now, I don't think I have to explain why this set is so awesome. It was a fan favorite in 2008 and is even better now with the added Han Solo figure. This is the best Imperial army building battle pack LEGO has ever made. It keeps up that golden ratio of 3 standard troopers and 1 unique variant. The 3 standard stormtroopers look perfect, and I'm not even sure if LEGO will get much better than this design. I feel like they've pretty much perfected it. There's honestly nothing I could add to them. The Shadow Trooper looks really great too. I still prefer the gunmetal gray molded ones, but this figure is still very accurate to its source material. The build is one I've always loved. It's a mini dropship that looks really cool and actually functions, which is great too. Overall, it's a great set, and getting Han Solo in it just makes it even better. At number 6, we have the Droids Battle Pack from 2007. This was the other OG battle pack, and we honestly haven't received a battle pack like it since. It's just a really affordable way to get a bunch of droids at once. There isn't anything that special with the figures. They're just the standard battle droids and super battle droids. But you get 7 of them in this set, which make it great for building those droid armies. I thought the build is really good. The fact that you get a speeder is awesome, and the transport is great too, although it's technically not canon. And this was all for $10, so it's definitely one of the best droid army building sets ever made. On to number 5 with the Elite Clone Trooper and Commando Droid Battle Pack from 2012. Now, this is another one of those sets that did the whole 2 faction thing, which isn't great. But the figures in this set are so amazing, it makes up for all of that. Firstly, the Commando Droids look fantastic. I think LEGO did a great job with them, and the ARF Trooper looks great as well. But the real star of the show here is the ARC Trooper, which I personally think is the best clone trooper LEGO has ever put out there. This fig is completely decked out with these shoulder pauldrons and everything. Also, the color scheme is absolutely perfect. I also like that they included the visor and the antenna, so you can change it up a bit if you wanted to. The build in this set is actually one that I like a lot. It's a miniature version of the AV7 anti-vehicle cannon, and I think it looks really nice. Overall, this set includes one of the best minifigures ever made, which makes it amazing. At number 4, we got the Clone Walker Battle Pack from 2009. This set may look pretty basic, but it's one of the best army builders LEGO has ever put out there. And that's solely due to the fact that you get 3 standard clone troopers in this one set. The Engineer looks awesome as well, but one of my favorite parts is the extra accessories they include for the Clone Commander. I don't really care much for the build. It's not the greatest looking walker. I would have preferred like a mini AT-RT. These figures are all pretty generic, so there's not much to really say about them. But that's why this set is perfect for army building and is the best clone army builder LEGO has made. Okay, we are now at our top 3 sets, so at number 3 we have the heavily anticipated 501st Legion Clone Troopers. I think all of you were expecting this set to be on this list, I mean obviously so. It is probably one of the most requested LEGO Star Wars sets ever made, and it is a great set. The best part is the amount of figures this set includes. The 4 clones are awesome, and getting 2 battle droids is a nice touch. I really like the Jet Trooper included in it, the prints look great, and it's probably my favorite figure in the set. The regular clones look great as well, but I think I would have preferred to see them with blue arms and black hip pieces. And while I do prefer the movie accurate version of the Phase 2 helmet, this is more accurate since it's based on the Clone Wars. As for the build, I think it's one of the best builds in any of the battle packs, but as nice as the builds are, they're kind of negated by the price. I would have preferred to see this set not include the droids and the BARC Speeder or the AT-RT. That way this set could retail for a much cheaper price. Another great thing about this set is no stud shooters. I love that the set also tries to change up the regular rifle with the black pipe piece on the end. Okay, at the number 2 spot we have the Mandalorian Battle Pack from 2020. This was another toss-up spot between this and the Mandalorian Battle Pack from 2011. A lot of you may not like this set, but I absolutely love Mandalorians. They have my favorite armor in all of Star Wars. Every single Mandalorian looks so good to me. I don't think there's a single bad looking Mandalorian design out there. So that's why a set like this that includes a bunch of unique Mandalorians is so amazing to someone like me. The figures in this are awesome, obviously, and I love that they are all unique and don't share any similarity in prints. My favorite has got to be the brown one with the orange helmet. Another great thing is that they all include extra accessories for the antennas and visors. I really appreciate it when LEGO includes those. The build in this one is just okay. The speeder looks alright, nothing special, and the little turret terrain thing just looks like it's there to use up pieces. But the figures in this are just so good that the build honestly doesn't matter that much. Okay, before we get on to our number 1, let's take a look at a few honorable mentions, starting with the Sith Troopers Battle Pack with some great looking Sith Troopers in the red color scheme. The Clone Trooper Battle Pack that included some very unique looking clones. The Assassin Droid Battle Pack, which actually included 5 droids that all look pretty decent. The Jedi and Clone Troopers Battle Pack, which isn't that great since it has named characters, but those basic Phase 2 clones still look great. And finally, the Resistance Troopers Battle Pack with some really cool helmet molds. Okay, with the honorable mentions out of the way, we are finally at our number 1 spot, which is the Utapau Troopers Battle Pack from 2014. This may seem like a weird number 1 pick to some of you guys, but the 212th are my favorite Clone Legion. Then when you take that added with the amazing designs for the Airborne Troopers, plus the film realistic visors from the movie and the Battle Damage 2, it all just combines for the perfect Clone Troopers in one awesome battle pack. This is heavily biased due to my love for the 212, but these figures are the perfect Clone Troopers. I always love the build in this set too. Instead of giving us some random vehicle or turret, or god forbid another speeder, it actually includes a mini Octoptara Tridroid, which I definitely mispronounced. But it's still really great because it gives you something to fight against, so while you're building your clone army, you're building your droid army as well. Overall, it's a really awesome set, and I want to see more of these 212th troopers in more sets. I know we're getting the 212th Airborne Trooper in Grievous' Starfighter later this year, but that set is $80, which is extremely overpriced and kind of not worth it when you're trying to get that new figure. But who knows, maybe we'll see another 212th battle pack sometime soon. But there it is, guys. Those are my top 20 LEGO Star Wars battle packs ever made. As always, these are just my opinions, so make sure to go down in the comments and let me know what you guys think. Also, make sure to enter the giveaway and subscribe to see more LEGO Star Wars top lists. But that's pretty much going to do for me, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.